Now, look at the questions. Injections, care, eating, exercise, what causes cancer, methamphetamines, the dark, young parents. What do all of these words have in common?
The actions.
No.
Nouns.
They're nouns. Yeah. So prepositions are followed by
No.
nouns. Okay. Always look. Here they are. Okay. So I want you to choose a noun from this box, put them into here, and then choose what you think should be the right preposition. So a lot of patients have
Fairs.
fear.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it just fear like that?
Fear
Of.
of.
Fear of injections.
Oh.
Now, that's not correct.
No.
Afraid.
Fear
No,
from
no,
injection.
it is fear of is correct,
Yeah.
but it's not correct. Look at the grammar.
Okay.
Fear.
Fear of.
It's
Fear.
it can be an uncountable, but it's generally countable.
Fair.
It would be a fear, but I
Fear.
didn't put did I? So what could it be instead?
Anxiety. No.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is it anxiety of?
About.
About.
It's
From.
anxiety about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a few different things that we need to sort of work out and calculate. There's some things that we should know and some things that we might not. Now, someone said it's about. They felt really confident. Other people might have been thinking, is it of? Is it with? Is it to? I'm not sure. Okay. I would be thinking, do I know any other words which are similar to anxiety?
Anxious.
Well, anxious is the adjective. But what would you say I'm anxious?
Awareness. Worry.
Just wait there for a second. Would you say I'm anxious of injections?
No.
You wouldn't, would you? You'd say I'm anxious about. So anxious is the adjective, anxiety is the noun, same preposition. Now, I'm not saying that it's always like that.
That's right.
It's not always like that. But I think, like I said with Carolina yesterday, Carolina can't tell me 100% black and white. This type of noun will always be feminine. This type of noun will always be masculine. In Spanish, she can't do that. But she can say, generally, if a noun has this, then it will probably be. And it's the same with this. If you say, I am anxious about something, then you're probably going to have anxiety about something as well. All right? Not always the same, but I like it. I'm worried about. I have a few worries about. I am stressed about. Okay? This works. So go into your groups, choose these. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. I don't think it's going to take you that long, and it's going to get quicker and quicker as you go through. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll go through it. And I'm sure that by looking at it and choosing different ones, one, you'll get some clarity and certainty over which prepositions you should use. But it will, two, probably open up some questions and say, well, can I use a different preposition with this noun sometimes? And the answer sometimes will be yes, and sometimes it will be no. Let's clarify those today. All right, so let me put you into some breakout rooms. Does anyone have any questions about what I'm asking you to do?
No.
No, it's pretty clear, isn't it? Has everyone got clarity on what we're doing?
Yes.
Clarity on.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Is everyone clear on? There we go. Prepositions being used all the time. Here we go. I'm going to open them. Let me share into the breakout rooms. There we go. And I'm going to pause there. If you're at home, give yourself as long as you like, but we're going to do about 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So go on, Khaled. You can give me the first one. Number two, what do you think?
So we may make like decision about.
I like it, yeah. Now, is that correct like that?
I think to make our decision, I think article before our. So
Yeah,
I
so we either say our decision
Decision,
or we
yeah.
say decisions.
decisions about.
I would say it's most common that you've got to make a number of decisions. You don't just make one decision about your parents' care, do you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Khaled. Okay, Maria?
Sorry. The difficult. A habit of eating.
Habit of, yeah. So what does that mean, a habit of?
Just like a little bit like kind of addiction.
Craving.
Used to.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's an interesting one, a habit of, because people will say that smoking's a habit,
Yes.
or biting your fingernails is a habit.
Yes.
Interesting. It could be pretty interesting.
I wouldn't say an interest in. I guess you could say an interest in if you wanted to, but a habit of is correct, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's interesting, isn't it? When you say habit, it's generally associated with negative behavior.
Mhm.
You know, people don't say he's got a habit of being on time. No one says that, because the idea of, you know, of there's just a bit of noise coming through from somewhere. I don't know where's that noise coming from. I'm going to pop everyone on mute for now. But yeah, if you have a habit of, it's generally something like biting your fingernails, being late, leaving the fridge open, you know, something which is annoying for everyone. That's what people generally say habit of with. Okay, that's good. Let's go, Muhammad Ali.
Sorry, before we go on, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who's that?
Sometimes you could have a habit of making your bed in the morning before you go out.
Yeah, okay. He's got a habit of making the bed in the morning. Now, if you said that to someone
That's
would
too
think,
good.
well, yeah, someone would think if you said that, oh, you know, he's just like he used to be in the army. So, you know, living with him, it can be a bit difficult. He's very organized. He's got a habit of making his bed in the morning. It sort of sounds like a negative. I know it's not. I know a habit is not a negative thing. A habit is just something that it's not used to. I know I heard someone say used to. It's usual, not used to. Used to is a habit that you did in the past that you don't now. That's what used to is. If it's something that someone usually does, okay, that's what a habit is. But if you say he has a habit of making his bed in the morning, it sort of sounds a bit negative. That's all I can say. Even if it isn't, you are giving the feeling that you think it's a negative. Okay. So if somebody does have a habit of making the bed in the morning, that's great. Brilliant. But you probably wouldn't say it. You'd probably say something like, he's got a great habit. Or you'd say he usually makes his bed in the morning. That's probably what you'd say. Okay, let's go to the next one. Muhammad Ali.
Good morning. I
What do you think?
number 6. Is that okay? Because of when I came to the group, it was number 7.
Number
Number 6. Can I do number 6?
Well, you can, but are you sure you can't do number 4?
No, because of I wasn't started at the time.
Okay, you can do it if you want. Go on.
So I think one of the clear dash exercises to improve it cardiovascular performance.
You don't have to do that one. You can do number 6 if you want.
Okay, the number 6 is she's struggling with an addiction of methamphetamines.
Okay, so methamphetamines.
Amphetamines, sorry, is medication.
Amphetamines, yeah. So what do we think about addiction of, guys?
Addiction to.
Addiction to.
Addiction to,
and addiction to.
Yeah, when you've heard addiction to so many times, it feels wrong to say addiction of.
Yeah.
Now, the way to think about it, Mohammed, would you say I am addicted of cigarettes, or would you
No,
say
addiction to.
you're addicted to cigarettes? So we see addicted, okay, is the adjective, addiction is the noun, same preposition. Okay. Next one, thank you. Hussein, what do you think about 4?
Number 4, one of the clear advantage of exercise
Okay.
improves cardiovascular performance.
Right, okay. Now, advantage, are you happy with advantage?
Clear
Advantages.
advantages of.
Advantages.
Yeah.
Whenever you see this, one of them,
Yeah.
It's always a plural noun. One of the people, one of the things, one of the animals. It's always
No,
Advantages.
that is, yeah.
one of the advantages. Now, Hussein,
Yes.
give me another word that means the same as advantage. Just Hussein.
Promotion.
No, promotion is not it's not an advantage, no.
Benefit.
Benefit.
How many people are called Hussein?
Yeah, benefits better, benefit.
Benefits. And what's the preposition that comes with benefits?
Benefit
I
of.
think health benefit.
It's of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's of.
Yeah.
Advantages, benefits. So what are we seeing? We're seeing similar nouns, similar meanings, same preposition. So although I can't give you a perfect rule, okay, I can't say, yes, it's always like this. You can see that there are some patterns, aren't there? There are some connections. Okay, let's go for Farouk, number
Yes.
5.
Number 5. Okay. Number 5. And most people have very little awareness of
Awareness of, yeah. Yeah.
what causes cancer.
Awareness of, brilliant. Awareness. So if you've got awareness of what causes cancer, what do you have, Farouk?
Of course, I'm worried. You know.
Well,
yeah,
not that. What?
Okay.
If you have
I
awareness,
know something. Yeah, I'm aware
you
that.
know something. What's
Yeah.
the noun of know?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
noun-
understand, aware.
Understanding.
Yep.
Okay, that can go there. What about does anyone know the noun of know?
Alert.
Information.
Knowledge.
No.
Knowledge, yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah, okay. Awareness, understanding, knowledge of, same preposition that goes with them.
Alert.
Alertness, no, that doesn't have a
Yeah.
preposition.
Okay.
Okay, so awareness, understanding, knowledge, yes. Information, no. You don't say information of, you say information about, yeah. So you could put information here, couldn't you?
What different proposition?
You could do it. You could put information about here. You could do it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go for Munit.
Children often have a fear of the dark.
Fear of, yes. Now, fear is the noun. What's the adjective, Munit?
Mm.
The adjective of fear. Just Munit.
Right? I'm not sure.
No, it's not. It's afraid. Isn't that strange? They don't seem connected at all, do they? To have a fear of is to be afraid of. Okay, so afraid and fear of connected. A fear of the dark, to be afraid of the dark, to be frightened of the dark, to be scared of the dark. A terror of the dark as well. Okay, that's good. Salvatore, what about number 8?
Sympathy for.
Yeah, okay. Now this is a weird one. Sympathy for, sympathy with.
Okay.
Makes no difference. You have sympathy with them, you have sympathy for them. It's the same. Makes no difference.
Okay.
Sympathy for, sympathy with. Okay, Christina?
Sorry, can I ask a
Oh, yeah,
question?
go on. Yeah, what's the question?
Yes. When you say a lot of sympathy, can you have sympathy with or you sympathize with?
Well, sympathize is the verb.
Yes.
So you sympathize with somebody.
Yes.
Okay, you don't sympathize for somebody. You sympathize
Yes.
with somebody. Yeah.
But
So,
I'm referring to sympathy with somebody.
well, sympathy is a noun. So you can't sympathy with somebody. Okay, you can have sympathy with somebody, but you can't sympathy with somebody because it's a noun. You can sympathize with somebody. All right. Okay, Christina.
We are close to discovering a cure for cancer.
Cure for, yeah. It's for a cure for. It's not a cure of. It seems like it could be a cure of, doesn't it? But it's not. Okay. Christina, how about the next one? You can find a lot of.
You can find a lot of information about diabetes.
Yes, information about. Yeah, excellent. Okay, let me choose some other people then. Let's go for Layla.
Hi,
Hi. What do you think about this one?
member of, being a member of,
Yeah. What else can you be a member of?
like labor or part of the parliament.
Parliament. Yeah, that's what
Yes.
MP means, isn't it? Member
Yes.
of Parliament, MP. Can you think of another word that you could replace this with? Instead of member, what could you put? Just Layla.
Part of.
Part, yeah. It's the same, isn't it?
Yes.
What about if it was a part of a computer? A part, what do we call a part of a computer that fits in with all of the other bits so it works?
Out of being part of
No, just Layla. Just Layla. It begins.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, a part. If you're a small part of a machine or a
Yes.
system that works with all of the parts together, what do we call one of those parts?
Details complex. I don't know.
Component.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
Like
so
Lego
component.
part of the yes.
So don't we see these are all similar kind of words? I mean, a component and a member, they're not 100% the same, but you can see that they're similar. A component of, a part of, a member of, a section of. Okay.
But one
What was that?
question.
Yeah.
But the component is a thing. So part and member are for the people, no?
Well, this is, I think you're seeing a progression between these three. Okay. So I can be a member of a family and a part of a family.
Yes.
A cartridge can be part of a printer or a component of a printer. But
Okay.
you wouldn't say that it's a member of a printer. No, members are people. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But you see a crossover between words like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go, Carolina. What do you think about 12?
Elderly people often have difficulty with activities.
Yeah, difficulty with. It's not difficulty about or difficulty of, okay, or difficulty in. It's difficulty with. All right. And what about the last one, Carolina?
Drinking alcohol can cause damage to the liver. We have the doubt here, damage to the liver, in the liver, on the liver. In the liver sounds good also, I think.
It's damage to. Now, can it be that you have a different preposition sometimes? Yeah, it is possible that you have different prepositions. Now, the liver is an interesting one, isn't it? Because you can have surface damage, can't you? And you can have damage inside it.
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's
why on is good.
Okay, so how specific do you want to be? That's your choice. So if what you're trying to tell me is that the inside of the liver is damaged, and you're specifically trying to tell me, let's say that I'm a doctor, and you're trying to explain it's not on the surface, it's inside, then you would say damage in the liver. If you're trying to say that it's just on the surface, then you would say it's on the liver. But if you just wanted to talk generally about the effects of alcohol, like say, for instance, your patient is saying, oh, I only have 2 bottles of wine a day, then you're not interested in telling them whether it's in or on. You're just talking about 2. Okay. And you'd say this about a car. Rain can cause damage to a car. He was involved in a car accident and he sustained damage to his brain. Okay, that's what you're saying. You're just being a bit more general. So damage to is much more frequent, and that's why it's a collocation rather than damage in, where you're being specific and you don't use it very often. Okay,
You could have damage of the liver as well.
damage of the liver. I've never heard that one.
Harmful to the liver?
Into the liver.
And you wouldn't say into either, because into gives you the feeling of movement. So where do you put your hand? I put my hand into my pocket. So
Okay.
it gives you the sense of I fell into a hole.
Harmful to
Okay.
the liver.
Gives you the direction.
Okay.
Harmful
Thank
to
you.
the liver.
Harmful to
To the
damage.
liver.
Well, damage is a noun.
Yeah.
Harmful is an adjective. Harm, yes. So but this is, for me, you're in the day of the exam, or you're in a situation where you're speaking to another doctor, a British doctor maybe, and you feel like I'm being observed. I'm not English. This is my second, third, fourth language. I want to sound professional. It's quite stressful. My brain would be doing what yours just did there, Khalid. I know harmful to, so it's probably damage to. So that's what you've got to do. You're sort of, as we say in English, you're monkey branching, swinging through the jungle, trying to find things that you think go together. That's how we use the language, isn't it? If you don't know 100%, if you haven't studied damage to, then you've got to try and take what you have from somewhere else and say, well, they say harmful to, so I'm going to say damage to, and that's good. That's a really good way of using it. Carolina, have you got another question?
Yes, about 13 also. If we
Yes.
change instead of saying damage, we use effect, like drinking alcohol can have an effect to the
Okay,
liver also?
so you're not just changing the noun, you're changing the verb, aren't you? So
Can have, yeah, have to.
that's paraphrasing, isn't it? Now you wouldn't say alcohol can have effect. Alcohol can have effect, yeah. So alcohol can have an effect on your liver.
A serious, for example, a serious effect.
Well, you don't actually need to qualify this word. Everybody knows that it's not positive. If you say an effect, generally people will think it's a negative one. I was affected. If you say this, I was affected by the weather, nobody's going to think that it made you feel better. Everyone's going to think that it made you feel worse, unless you qualify it. Okay, now can you? Yeah, of course you can. Can have a negative effect, can have a serious effect. Yeah, all of those would work. And effect comes with on. So it works, but it requires you to change the verb as well, doesn't it? And another thing about damage. Damage is also a verb. What happens now with the word damage? What is not there?
No preposition.
No preposition. You don't say alcohol can damage to your liver, or alcohol can damage on your liver. We don't do it. Damage is a transitive verb. Okay, so it needs an object directly. There's no preposition that comes with it. So this is what I was saying earlier on. Sometimes you see this, oh yeah, okay, it's all the same, we'll get these words. Oh, and I can see also that I'm anxious about and I have anxiety about, so I can do the same with damage. If there is damage to the liver, then that means she damaged to her liver, but she didn't. There isn't always the same kind of pathway to the other words or the other forms of the words, which is annoying. I get that, it's annoying.
Formal structure for these types of classes.
Okay, so here I am with Edwin. Hi, Edwin.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, nice to see you. Okay, so Edwin, you are an OET hero, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, super. So where do you live?